So I've taken the Addi apart, the Addi Express, and I have this piece here. So I need this right here to make these two pieces. So I'm going to show you how to do that. And this, it's not hard. It's actually kind of fun making this. So I'm going to show you how to do that so you can fix your Addi and it'll be fixed forever and you won't have any more problems of grinding and slipping needles. For this part, you're going to need a takeout container, just plastic, a soda can, scissors, and small scissors to cut this because it's good to use small sharp scissors. You have to have good scissors, and a marker. So we'll start now. So a good place to start is this piece right here. It's really hard to work with this ledge here, so I'm just going to cut all the way around to get rid of that so that it's easy for me to work with. Now the next part, you'll need your marker, and the way I do this is I need to make a piece that fits right flush with this part of the handle. The easiest way, I guess I could trace it this way. Let's see how that goes. I just don't want to mark this up with a marker. Maybe I'll try a pen. Got a pen here, let me try that. Just trace it. I don't think maybe it is writing. It's I'm going to do it again because I can't really see it very well. I'll do it over here this time. Okay, I can see it. Okay, I'm going to take my small scissors. I'm going to carefully cut around. It's very hard to see, so you really have to move where you can see it best. Just going to cut right on the line that I made. I don't know if you can see it. I guess you can see it. It's a little bit big. You see how much is overlapping? So I'm just gonna mark with a marker. I'm going to cut on the outside of the marker, the outside line of the marker. There, that's good, fits. Maybe just a little piece right here. It's not going to be exactly perfect, and that's okay as long as it fits on the Addi and it's not sticking up, interfering with anything. There, that's good. Now the next part is I'm going to draw this part right here, this side. I'm going to draw the inside part of this hole and then these lines for the notches. There. I'm going to cut in. I'm just going to make a little wedge. Just so I can get in here easily. I'm going to cut the circle first, and then I'm going to cut the little notches out at the end. Nice. Okay, I'm going to cut this piece right here. It cracked a little bit up there, that's okay. First, let's see if this fits on here nicely. Oops. It's a little snug right here. See how it's, so I'm just going to trim that up a little bit right here. Better. It's not perfect, but it'll work. Okay, so now I'm going to trace this one on here. Trace the first one I made. Now this time I'm going to cut inside the black line. Instead of the outside, I'm going to cut on the inside. Nice. It's easier to cut on the right side instead of the left. The last one I was cutting this way. It's easier to do it on the right if you're right-handed. Much easier. It's easier to turn it on the curve. Yep, the first part fits in good. It's a little snug. I'm trying to think where that snug part is. Right here. Better. Okay. Perfect. Excellent. Okay, that's done. Very nice. guess I can just trim a little bit. Good. All right, that's done. Okay, the next part is cutting this out. We're just going to measure with a ruler. Just cut this nice and straight. We need 1/2 inch wide and 2.5 inches long. So that's 1/2 inch wide, 2.5 inches long. And I'm going to mark I want it to arch this way. I'm going to just kind of bend it this way so that when we put it on the Addi, it's going to be like this. I'm going to put a little hole there, the middle. And take my awl, poke a hole in there. This is for the screw. So I'm just going to press the awl down and just move the aluminum underneath until it kind of goes up a little bit. Until you puncture. There you go. Excellent. Okay. So when I put this in the going to go like this. I need to trim on an angle here, and you'll see why in a moment. But I just need to make clearance here for a little notch that's going to sit right on the side there. Okay. We need to make another hole here, but we won't do that till later. So this is where we're at now. So now we have both pieces made. For this Addi Express, I've already put in these shims that I made right behind the hand here. You can see that there, right behind the handle. And a shim I made to wrap around the gear, to tighten the gear so it doesn't wobble, to put them into the Addi. So I'll show you this detail, put it in. So this is the Addi Express. I'm just going to show you, so I got to this part right here. I'm just going to show you how wobbly this thing is. See how it just goes side to side? When I wobble, it goes up and down, has so much. That's what we're trying to get rid of. Okay, so I'm going to take this out. Okay, so this is the piece that goes over top here, the one I just took off. Now, you see these holes here? This one is a hole for the screwdriver, for the screw to go in, and this is a hole for a little notch. This first hole here is for a screwdriver, the second hole is for a little notch, and I'm going to show you that. So right here, see this right here? That's the hole for the screwdriver, for the screw to go in, and you see this little notch here? That one just so this thing gets lined up properly. and the hole there for the screw, and then there's a notch there. So we have to make room for that on our little template here, on our little shim that we made. So this one right here goes right in the center right here. Okay, so this goes on this side. So the hole I made right there, and then I made a little slit to make room for that right there. So this right here, I have to make room for this little notch right here. There you go. So that one fits right there perfectly. Now we have to make another hole on this side and a room for that notch, but we're going to do that after. First, we're going to take this. We're going to put the screw back in here. And all right. So this one goes over with the little hole that's on the side, not with the hole that's above the screw. So it's closer to this red piece right here. So I'm going to put this in there. I'm going to screw it in all the way. Okay. Okay, I'm just going to hold this in place and just tighten that. Right. Now I'm going to put this in. And I'm going to see where the best part is for this one so that it doesn't wobble. See how it doesn't wobble at all? But it has to be able to turn still, and it can. So I'm just going to make a little mark right there. I'm going to feel around to see where, because this is aluminum, it's very easy to find the hole for where that, for the screw goes. I'm just going to press down on it. Looks like right there. Again, you want to tighten this so that it is nice and snug, and this gear can still turn without it being wobbly. Right there, excellent. Okay, so this is where the screw is going to go, but I have to make room for this little notch at the back. So I'm just going to cut a V into there. I'm going to trim. Now that I know where that's going to go, I'm just going to trim across about there. I have enough there, and then I'm going to make a V behind it. It's going to go like that. It doesn't have to touch that circle, the hole you made, but you can be close to it. See that? Now I have made clearance for that little notch. The screw goes in here and there's clearance for that notch. Okay, now I can take the screw back out and I'm going to put it back together. I'm going to get the other one going too while I'm here. It's just best to get the screws going before you start assembling them again. So this hole I made for the screw might be a little bit too small. I might have to, when I turn the screw, it looks like, uh-oh. It looks like it might work into that little slit I made, but that's okay. It'll still work just fine. I did rip it through. That's okay. Yeah, that's okay. Not to worry. All right. See how that looks? Okay, so now I have the aluminum underneath the black piece right here. And you're going to notice that when you screw it on, there's going to be a gap in between the black and the aluminum. And that makes sense because we took up that slack so that the gear doesn't wobble. All right. The one with the little angle there goes on the left-hand side closer to this red piece. When you're tightening the screws, make sure you press down. If you don't press down, it's easier to strip the top of the screws. Nice. Oh, now look at this. I made that too tight. Look at it, doesn't even turn. So I'm just going to loosen up the screws. That's easy fix. There, that's better. Perfect. Okay, so now maybe I made it a little too short that this screw doesn't go in all the way, but that's okay because there's enough screw that goes into here that it's holding it in place. And I loosened it up because I made it so tight that this wasn't turning, but now it turns. And watch this. No wiggle. No wiggle at all. We got rid of all that wiggle that was there before. Wonderful. Nothing. Okay, now the next part is taking our handle with the pieces we made. We're just going to go over it. Oh, sorry, there we go. Put it right there. And then this is the cut slit here, so I'm going to put the other cut on the opposite side, just so they're not laying, the cut pieces are not on top of each other. There, it's in there perfectly. Now this one will go in. Wonderful. Nice. Excellent. No wobble. Very nice. Beautiful. Okay. Okay, I'm going to assemble everything back together. I'm going to reassemble. That was quite easy, actually. It's fun to do. Okay. So everything is reassembled. You can see the plastic a little bit there. Look at that. No wobble at all. Nothing. Not even a little bit. Perfect. All right. So good luck to you. I hope you can get yours figured out. And yeah, just have fun doing it. Give it a try and make sure you wear gloves so you don't hurt yourself. And if one plastic piece doesn't work, just make another one. Just keep at it and then you'll eventually get it. So good luck. Thank you. And if you liked this video or was helpful at all in any way, please subscribe and press like. Thank you.